Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your reading. I hope you're doing well. Before we really get into this, I do want to mention that I did get a new microphone. So if there's anything kind of wonky in the sound, if it's too loud or too low, please let me know. I did mess around with it. It does sound fine from my end, but that doesn't mean it's going to sound good from your end. So I just want a little input if it sounds really awful, because I don't want to force you guys to listen to something that just does not sound good. Okay, but we are doing the typical readings today. We're looking at you and a person in a situation you're kind of going through with each other together, something like that. And I will say, if this doesn't resonate, watch your moon, rising, and Venus sign as well. Something there might resonate a little better, because I've noticed for me sometimes, depending on who I watch, like my rising sign will resonate more than my sun sign. It just depends. So I'm just gonna get one more here, and then let's just dive right in, right? Middle of the deck here is the moon. Okay, so we'll look into that a little more when we get the bottom card. We're going to get everything else first. There is a fear coming off of that card. I keep hearing irrational. And maybe you know it's irrational, you know. But we'll see. Bottom of the deck here is Page of Cups. So is this, you know, kind of a relationship with you? Is this... Are you waiting for an apology from this person? Are you waiting for a message? Are you afraid it's never going to come? Like, there's something here that's got you all up in your feelings. And I don't know, it might even be spurring you to reach out. Like, being afraid of losing this person, being afraid of screwing this up, whatever. You know? But let's take a look at how your person is feeling. Kind of hurt. It's the nice way of putting it. They're not feeling super great right now. I don't know what went down. They're not doing quite okay. Okay, so why they're feeling this way here is Knight of Pentacles. And it's like, this is earth energy, but I'm almost kind of feeling like it didn't come correct, you know, didn't do something right. I don't know, does this person have some kind of high standards here? You know, let's clarify this Knight of Pentacles, please. Oh, goodness. Bottom of the deck here is Seven of Swords. There are 3 sevens here. 7 of Cups and 7 of Pentacles. And kind of what it's sounding like from Spirit in my head is just like, there were so many other ways you could have done this, and this is what you chose to do. There were so many other ways this could have been said. But like, this is something we've been working on for a while, I've heard. I don't know, something with that 7 of Swords at the bottom. Can I have a little more here on that Knight of Pentacles? Yeah, it's... whatever happened, whatever this was, I do get the feeling that they're kind of holding on to it. In which to say that, again, something wasn't up to their standards. There's 4 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Something wasn't quite done the way they were hoping, the way they wanted. It just feels like on a loop inside my head. There were so many other ways. There were so many better ways. And why did you do it this way? Why did you do it that? So it's almost like, man, Taurus, what happened? Like, was it even that big of a deal? You know, for some of you, I'm kind of feeling an energy of a little bit of blowing this out of proportion. Like, what was even done here? What was done that this person just didn't really appreciate? This is something like work related, something like a solo project. Did you go off and not tell them something was going on? I don't know. I'm just wondering, like, is this person kind of a Virgo, though? Like, are you dealing with a Virgo who has incredibly high standards, and whatever this was just wasn't up to them? Because, again, that Devil card, in that feeling of blowing it out of proportion, it kind of feels like this person might have unrealistic expectations. That's just the energy that's coming through for me, though. You'll know best. The action that this person is going to take towards you is 5 of Swords. Jeez, people, come on. That's not a good way to do this. I'm not yelling at you, Taurus. I'm just, oh man, don't start fights. Don't say mean things. Like, I mean, don't rip a person apart just because it wasn't up to your standards. Because 5 of Swords is not a nice conversation here. Not coming through with this 3 of Swords and the Devil. They're speaking from a place of hurt for whatever reason. In the back of my head, I just heard, for some of you, this was a proposal and this person is not happy with it. Oh, that's unfortunate. Ugh. Okay. What they hope to accomplish by this action is Knight of Swords. It feels like quick, swift change. You know what I mean? But the issue here is it's swords, you know? And I feel like initiating something with the 5 of Swords in mind to bring about a Knight of Swords is not a good conversation in my head. It's really more of a fight, honestly. Tell me more about this Knight of Swords, please. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the Hanged Man, which I get. It's kind of like they want you to see things from their perspective, the Tower, and Judgment here. It's kind of like a really quick, swift revelation. I don't feel like this is a good way to go about it at all, because it's like they are fishing for this apology and they are wanting you to make this right. The 2 of Cups here does not feel like both of you making this right. It feels like they want you to fix everything. And in my head, I don't even know what you did. You'll probably know best, right? I'm not here to make judgments on this, really, even though I'm sure sometimes I come across as quite judgmental. Just who I am. It's probably not a good look, but it is what it is. The energy that's coming through is, again, this feeling of an overreaction. Like, was it really that bad? Was it worth all this hassle? I don't know what you did, Taurus. Or if you're resonating with this person, I don't know what they did to you. I don't. All I can really say here is that this doesn't feel like the best method to go about fixing this. Fishing for an apology, saying a bunch of mean things, like, because this is feeling a little cutthroat here. This doesn't feel like the best way to solve this. But let's look here. How are you feeling here, Taurus? You're feeling 6 of Cups. Like, you just kind of want this to all go away and be better. You know, like, you just want to fix this. You want it to be done. You want it to be over with. You want things to go back to the way they were. And the action that you're likely to take here is 8 of Pentacles. You are going to actually put some work into this. You are going to do whatever you can. You're going to try and be better and do better. You're going to bust your ass to make this better for this person. I'm just saying the energy I'm feeling here is a little unbalanced. I'm not saying you're in the wrong for trying to work on this and make it a little better. I'm not saying this person doesn't need an apology, because again, I don't know what went down between the two of you. All I can really ask here is, are you sure this is worth the effort? And that's what Spirit is wanting you to ask as well. Like, are you sure all of this busting your ass and making this right and all of this coming from you is worth it? I know what I want to do. What is this Three of Swords? I'm going for a brand new deck. I want it all laid out. Okay. First card out here was Seven of Voices. Seven of Swords. So there is a feeling here of it being a little bit shady, which is probably why this isn't sitting right with me. And coming right after that is Queen of Cups, where are they manipulating you? Is this manipulation? You know what I mean? Three of Wands. Are they trying to make you unsteady and question everything and where you're going and what you're doing? And if so, what's the motivation behind that? Because again, there was this energy of blowing this out of proportion, the reaction not really being equivalent to what went down. So, I don't know, the fact that Seven of Swords has come out to clarify Three of Swords kind of makes it look like, are they putting on a show? You know? But again, this is going to resonate differently for everyone. You know this situation better than I do. I am a third party just kind of trying to get you some advice to come out of this unscathed in your highest good, if that's even possible. Let's look at the future here. We have Six of Swords. There is a moving forward. There is a moving on. There are two people here. What this doesn't really tell us, though, is whether or not this repairs the situation. You know, whether or not this is good enough, whether or not they're leaving or whether or not you're leaving, or whether you're both putting water under the bridge and making this okay. Tell me about this Six of Swords, please. Interesting. Bottom of the deck is Ace of Pentacles. So it's kind of like something new. The first card that fell out was Seven of Cups. So it's kind of a sense of exploring options. And the wheel is here, like turning a new page. You know what I mean? Now, again, this does not say whether this works out between the two of you, whether you leave, whether they leave. It's still not clear, which is okay because this is different for everyone. But what I do see is a moving on, which is good, like leaving this behind and exploring new options for a better and brighter future. Okay? When it's coming through that way, however this works, whether this person is justified in their anger or not, I don't know. This is still a better outcome than I guess it could be, you know? Like, moving on, letting bygones be bygones, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. But how that manifests for each of you is probably going to be a little different. Which, again, also fine. These cards are coming out as a mess. Bottom of the deck here is empowerment. Believe in your own power to create, change, and control your life. Be empowered to become an example to others. Use your past experiences to make you stronger. So, I like this card. It's the heart of the matter here. It feels like you need to kind of empower yourself here. Truth. Remain authentic to your core values. Truth can be masked, so be objective when dealing with emotional issues. Address areas in your life that are not achieving your deepest truth, right? It kind of feels like there's a little bit of a quest for truth in all of this. There are so many cards here. I'm just looking at them. Like, literally 5 fell out. So, we have courage and boldness here. Step into courage despite your fears. Be willing to take a risk in order to gain more. Speak your truth. So, I don't know. It's possible that the truth will be spoken whenever this person picks this fight. Because, I mean, that is absolutely a fight being picked. Surrender. Let go of the internal and external struggles in your life. Give up the fight to control others and situations. Relinquish your need to be right and to surrender to a higher power. This almost feels like it's for the other person. Because it's kind of, there is a little bit of a controlling energy wanting to make this appear a certain way and make you do a certain thing. You know what I mean? The last two feel like they come out together. And they very much, to me, belong with that 6 of Swords card. The transformation, the moving on, the moving forward. They are flow. You can't control life's events. You can only control how you deal with them. It's easier to go with the flow when life challenges you. Emotions can overflow unless you release them. And awakening. Let's see, there's that boat again. This time it's empty. Because it kind of feels like once you start this journey of transformation and leaving things behind and moving on, like when you get there, you don't need to be in this boat anymore. You don't need to be surrounded by these difficult emotions and these harsh words. It says your consciousness is awakening. You are becoming attuned to the messages of the spirit and nature. Trust your psychic abilities. And what that feels like to me is trust your intuition, especially when you're dealing with this person. If it doesn't feel right, then it's maybe not right. You're probably feeling this way for a reason. There's just definitely a feeling of things not really being balanced here between the two of you. You have here the Camel Boy, small steps, asking for help. So I don't know, like, do you need assistance dealing with this person? Do you need assistance moving on? Don't be afraid to ask for help. Take it one little thing at a time, you know? And you also have here the Sisters of the Seasons, cycles of growth, natural law, divine order. So I feel like whatever this is right now, this is one of those situations that's kind of like growing pains. I don't know if this is something, being with natural law and a cycle, is this karmic for you? Is this something, I mean, the Devil card was here, that is also karmic related. Especially if it's a karmic relationship. But before we finish this off, let's get you a spirit animal for Taurus, please. There we go. Rhino spirit, overcome any obstacle. You're getting there. I think you're going to. I mean, there is that moving on energy at the end. The wheel did come out to clarify. It is a cycle. Things are shifting. This might be the moment, you know. I just heard with this Judgment and the Tower and everything that came out to clarify the Knight of Swords and everything, this person is hoping that you're going to have a revelation, right? That you're going to kind of see things their way and realize, oh yeah, you messed up, whatever, you have to fix this. I feel like you are going to have a revelation. and it's not going to be the one that they think. Okay? So that's what I have for you, Taurus. I wish you the very best luck in dealing with this situation. If this resonated, please drop a like or comment down below. It lets me know as a tarot reader I've tapped into your energies, which is very important because I do strive to give the most accurate message that I possibly can. Yeah, take care of yourselves here. Okay, I'll see you in the next one.